Okay, welcome back. So, today we're going to be reviewing Beast Complex, Chapter 15, The Python and the Hyena. Like, last chapter, 14, hit different. It was good seeing Haru and Legoshi again. I hope we get more chapters with them at some point, but take what we can get at this point. But, hey, let's jump into it, okay? So let's see. Do all snakes feel this way? I'm always the first one to arrive every day. Why? Let's see. So that when I arrive at the middle school, I attend this empty. That way I can slither to class without my classmates' steps shaking my body. Oh, so it's just a convenience thing? So is he like in high school? Or middle school? And he's wearing a little collar too. I think the reasoning for that, I think it was told in like volume 1 of Beastar, since reptiles are typically go naked. Like for turtles, they have their shell, but I think dress code is for them to just like wear a tie or something. And for snakes, they could wear a collar or a tie to make it, I guess a little bit more formal. Oh yeah. So what's Python and Hyena witnessing the worst tragedy in an empty classroom? Wait, what? Bruh, hold up. Is it gonna be one of these chapters? Holy shit. No chill and no warning. You know how I feel. It. Yep, that's exactly what I'm. That's exactly what I'm saying. Know how I feel about suicide chapters. I did not expect that. Or is it something else? Murder? Maybe? The worst tragedy. Does this guy have a name? I haven't gotten it yet. Okay. So let's see. He's pretty warm. His body's still fresh. I gotta cut this rope quick. Oh, so that just happened then. That's nuts. Holy moly. I wonder what Haru's gonna hit us with this time. And he said, I'm always the first one to arrive every day. Okay. Unlucky. Or maybe lucky, he might still be alive. Let's see. Come on, almost got it. Ah, is he dead? Wait a second. You of all animals? He knows him? Well, they're in the same class, it seems, so let's see. Whoops. Geez, for a second there, I thought I tripped on some rope, but it's just you, Kamiji. You ought to watch where you're walking. Being so careless could get someone hurt. Oh, you mean slithering? Then again, you don't really walk, do you? That hyena who bullied me. Muro. Also, he's his bully. Oof. Okay. One of these. Alright, let's see where this is gonna go. Come on, what the heck? Out of all animals, what made you want to end it here? Or maybe, was this not suicide? I don't know. Anyways, I need to call Sensei. No. If that were the case, why a noose then? That's a good question, man. Oof, wait a second. Call Sensei? Well, it's not like he's a herbivore. But how would you explain that? Well, you could just tell them what happened. Like, wait, oof. Okay, so I'm starting to understand his thought process. This is a very scary place to be. He's a kid. Like he's in K through. He's in a K through 12 type institution. I don't know, man. Middle school, high school, whatever. So it's like, what would you do in this situation? Would you actually get help? Like, because in my mind, like, if I was in his shoes, what if they think it's me? What if they think I did it? Especially since these two have history. He just said that he was his bully, right? So it's like, oof, that's, yeah. I can't do that. What if they think it was, oh, okay, yeah. And I was the only, what if they think it was me and I was the only one trying to help, really? But, yeah, he's freaking out, okay. I know what this situation looks like. Could you imagine what they think? The bully found dead near the victim of his own hubris just happened to end his own life? And of course he hung himself. Wait, but you're a snake, so how would you even tie the knot? Hey, there you go. How would he even tie the knot? He's a snake. What? Even I know they try to say that I strangled him for revenge, but just because I'm a snake? Oh, so snakes must... I'm trying to think back to those Rokume chapters. It would have been nice to have more interaction with the actual, like, reptile, limbless reptile, specifically a snake, and got more perspective on what life is like for them and what kind of discriminations that they face, because this is coming from a place of fear because of prejudice that he faces because he's a snake. So yeah. Well, animals always think snakes are up to no good. You never know what the others could be thinking. That's why they stay away from you. That's a notion Moro drilled inside of my head. Oh, that's messed up. So, wow, so he's one of those bullies. It reminds me of early Bakugo in My Hero Academia. Bakugo was absolute shit in the beginning. He was a little punk. But character development A1, and I said from the beginning, since the first episode, Bakugo's could be like my favorite character in the show, like hands down. I was not wrong all these years later. So yeah, but this guy, we don't know this guy. Are we gonna get flashbacks of them or what? Let's see. It's strange how even in death you can still what? You can still hear him talking about you, drilling all those like foul notions in your head. Uh-oh, someone's coming. Who's this? Oh, good morning, Kamiji. Looks like you had a hefty breakfast today, huh? Good morning, Sensei. Wait, he fucking ate him. Oh, he's screwed. Well, he might have had an out, but now he's just screwed. What's he gonna do with that? How's he gonna pass it? Wait, how do snakes... They have strong stomach acid, do they not? That's crazy. What the hell is this chapter? Okay. Make sure that all goes down before PE class. Can't do much on such a full stomach. I just swallowed my classmate. Well, shoot. Might as well not let him go to waste, I guess. Oh no, the teacher came in a bit earlier than she usually does. Wouldn't it be a little weird with my belly like this? I hope they don't ask about it. No, I'm a python. Maybe I can dissolve the body within a day. So he's just chilling in class? What the... I wonder if they've ever seen him like... That, okay, that has to be unusual. So they're not gonna ask about it. Okay. So he's just chilling in there. Okay. What am I even thinking? I couldn't do that even if he did bully me. I can even hear him in my stomach. Okay, so that was just... Okay, so this is just him imagining things, a scenario in his head. He's not really in class right now. What am I thinking? I couldn't do that even if he did bully me. I can even hear him in my stomach. Wait, you can hear him in your stomach? Is he breathing? Is he alive? He's a bit lighter than I thought. Kinda bony, actually. Has he not been eating? That's odd. Interesting. So, small stuff like that is... So I'm trying to figure out... Man, I've been putting it off, and I'm trying to figure out what would cause him to do it. Because we don't know anything about him. We only know that he's his bully, and that's it. So maybe we're getting context clues with stuff like this. He's kind of bony. Has he not been eating? That's odd, right? Canines are supposed to have, like, you know, big appetites and whatnot. So what would cause someone to not eat? Depression? Possibly. Maybe not getting enough to eat at home? Possibly. Probably only eats at school? Maybe. I don't know. There's just a couple... There's just... Huh. Why would someone not eat? Especially in this universe where you know nutrition is important. So let's see. What made you want to end it, Muro? Maybe there's some clues in his bag. Did he leave a note? Anything in his bag? It's just paper. It's just notebooks. The more I look into him, there's nothing in here. You would think you'd find something in, like, something personal in someone's bag, right? Because, well, yeah. You would think you'd find something personal. A keepsake, a memento, even like stylized notebooks or whatever. Anything that shows like a person's, well, personality, you know, things that they value, you know? So there's nothing in this bag. What else? The more I look into him, the less I find. Ooh. You know? This chapter's hitting different. Okay, so this chapter's saying a lot without saying much of anything. You know? Because look at all the other... Like, this empty locker is loud as fuck because it's so empty. It's like a paradox, right? So look. If you look at these lockers on the right, what do you see? You see color theory. You see color theory books, and maybe that's a jar of, like, pigment or paint, which tells you that this oh, look, oh yeah, look at the bottom. You see paintbrushes, right? So that tells you, oh, this person's totally into art. That must be their passion. You know, they want to be an artist, or they're just really into it. And I think that's a canvas right there. And, oh, I know what that looks like. I have the same thing right there. That's a Spyro sketchbook. This person interested in art. They like art. This person over here. Oh, look at this. Ball polish. You see a soccer ball. Worn out shoes. They're into sports. They're sporty. They like soccer. That can tell you they're an active individual, right? But his locker, what's his name? Muro? There's nothing in his locker. Nothing at all besides the mandatory textbooks. Music, social studies, history, math, chemistry. I don't get it. What? There's nothing about him. Like, if you were to ask me to describe him, he was a bully and that was it. But my question, you know, with this is, why was he a bully? What makes a bully? What makes a person bully another person? You know, that's something to think about because I'm certainly not getting any type of information here. I mean, I am, but I'm not getting information about the person. But not in the traditional sense like I am in these loggers, but we are getting into a look of his state of mind, right? This tells me he doesn't really value anything. Maybe that's a. I'm trying to draw conclusions in my head. I'm working with incomplete information, and it's funny because so's this guy right here. He's trying to figure it out, right? I'm trying to figure out the motive because I'm really trying to think what makes an empty locker. All right, maybe it's not that he doesn't have anything he doesn't care about, right? Maybe he just, because I'm trying to think based off of what he told us before, has he not been eating, right? I'm trying to think, why isn't he eating? Is he not getting enough at home? Is he depressed? Why doesn't he have anything in his locker? Does he not care about anything? The food thing is what gets me though. Or sometimes, or even sometimes is this. Sometimes, what if he just can't afford it? That's also a possibility that, most people wouldn't think about, but I've seen it before. I've been there as well. Like the thing about this is situations like this, you just don't know. We have one image of this guy, and that's based off of this guy's perception right here. What's his name? I completely forgot the snake's name. Kamiji. But yeah, everything we know about Moro is just surface level from Kamiji's perspective. Okay, so let's continue. No hobbies, no skills, no friends, not even a crush. There's nothing here. I know, right? This is a very oh my goodness. This is a very powerful image. A very powerful image. Man, Paru's just like... Chapters like this, Paru's an absolute master at what she does. These short stories, always something to talk about. And it's fascinating. I'm trying to think, so let's see. No friends. Wait. No hobbies, no skills, no friends, not even a crush. There's nothing here. You would think you would find something that he would just cling to, anything, but there's nothing. So let's see. Flashback. Damn, Moreau. You're one mean hyena. You're so badass, haha. Let's see. Please don't run, jump, or claw your way up the stairs. I love stuff like that. Jeez, Kamiji, you're one boring snake, ain't ya? I don't know what I'd do if I were as boring as you. There it is. Okay, found it. You can always find it in, because I was looking for reasoning before, not why he took his life, but why he was not just why he took his life, but why he was a bully. To Kamiji in particular. And it's here. You're one boring snake, ain't ya? I don't know what I'd do if I were as boring as you. So maybe he's just projecting on Kamiji what he sees inside of himself, which is nothing. It's empty, right? He's empty, right? We don't know why. That's what's getting me. The why is what's getting me. But with death like this, sometimes you don't get an answer. I'm curious to find out what's gonna happen. So let's see. I am so sorry, Moreau. I'm sure deep down you were a nice hyena. Pulling pranks, scaring other animals? You kept trying to be the typical hyena everyone thought you should be. Wait, what? Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but you were not that kind of person, am I right? Is it possible you were just struggling to find your own path? Ooh, okay, so it's hitting different now. We've seen cases like this before, right? Like, you know, it goes back to the original theme of this series. Beast Complex, both Beast Complex and Beastars, right? Same thing. It's pretty much the characters fighting against society, right? Society have depending on what you're born as, society has an expectation of how you should be, right? And how you should act based on that, right? But the thing that Beastars is, you know, tries to tell you thematically, and what we've seen with Legoshi and Haru's struggle, society doesn't define you. You define yourself to society, right? And you be your own person. And we've seen the consequences of what happens when, you know, you live your life by society standards, and when that's suddenly taken away from you, you know, we've seen what happens. Perfect example, Legoshi's mother, Liano. Ooh, I don't want to think about that chapter. But yeah, we've seen what happened with Liano. I'm trying to think of other examples, but that was like the prime example that stood out in my mind, right? Society told her, well, no, she decided that she was going to present herself as one thing to society and reject a part of herself, right? And that's what she was, and she was splendid at it. But when that one part that she presented to herself was slowly crumbling to dust, as she started to change, she lost her identity and just, yeah. Anyway, this isn't a Liano chapter. I don't want to go back there. But yeah, and you know, it's funny because we could see, all right, this is a conclusion that Kamiji's drawing, but if he wasn't, because we're still lacking a lot of information, if he wasn't just a bully, then what was he to other people? Because I said before, even in real life, like, people only let you see what they want you to see, right? Your knowledge about them, you don't know them. Your knowledge about them is just surface level at best, right? You see what they project to you, and that's what's happening here, especially in a setting such as, like, you know, middle school, high school, when, you know, these are kids, teenagers, whatever, they're still trying to find themselves, so they don't have a solid sense of their identity yet. They don't know themselves, right? And if we go back here, neither did Muro, whatever. And it's ironic. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, if he were still alive, what would be their point of connection? Like, maybe it's the absence of, you know? Because he's bullying him for being boring. Clearly he sees himself as boring as well. He might. We don't know his home life or his situation. Those are just conclusions that I just drew from the information. Not eating. No possessions in his locker. No nothing. I'm trying to look at his clothes as well. Are they dirty? Are they wrinkled? Like, what information can I get? Compared to everyone else, they look normal. But that's the thing. You just don't know. Man, I'm talking forever, like, about this, but that's what it's just so interesting. Even though this chapter is pretty morbid. Kind of dark, too, but still. Let's see. Is it possible you were just struggling to find your own path? I'm gonna spit you out and show you to the teachers. I'll take responsibility for whatever they charge me with. Oh, is he spitting him out now? Wait, what? What the? But dumb? Oh, he's alive. Muro, you're alive? Can you hear me? Ow, oh no. Oh, he's trying to get out. Don't try to move back. If you do, you really will end up dead. Any further and I won't be able to spit you out. I promise, after I get you out, I'll forgive you for everything. On my call, you're gonna come back safe and sound. Eve? Oh, so he just like spits them out. Is that how snakes do it? I've never seen them do that before. That's disgusting. Blah. Let's see. Of all animals, of course it had to be you. That's his, wow, that's his attitude. You know what's weird? He called him boring, right? Kamiji. So since he's his bully, you know the thing about bullies though, they're awfully like perceptive to their victims, right? They pay attention, right? So it's weird that he was giving Kamiji the, you know, it was negative attention, but it was still attention, right? So that must mean, I'm drawing conclusions. So that must mean that he was acutely aware of what made Kamiji boring, right? Showing up to class early before anyone gets there, and we don't know anything else. Kamiji told us that himself. Like, here we go back. I'm always the first one to arrive every day. And I'm starting to think maybe in a way this was just a cry for help. That's the conclusion I'm coming to, because if anyone would know that Kamiji is the one to arrive early every day, that he's the one to get there early, it would be his bully, don't you think? That's just what I think, because if he didn't, because the way I see it, like I know, you know, it's author intent and stuff, but the way I see it, if he didn't want to be found, he wouldn't have shown up to school. You know, and it's also strange to think, you know, if anyone were to find them, why not the person he's been bullying? So maybe it's a cry for help. Maybe it was his way of reaching out. Maybe he wanted to be found by him, right? And come to think of it, if we go back here, oh, wait a minute. I said before that this was just maybe a figment of his imagination. No, this scene right here, this isn't a figment of his imagination. He's actually, wow, I can't believe I almost overlooked that. He's actually just sitting in class with with him in his stomach. That's nuts. What if he woke up there? But it's also strange. You know what else is strange? When he searched the locker, he said he didn't have any friends. Maybe he's just the class jokester, a delinquent, but nobody noticed he was missing. Think about that. He sat in class this entire time, and the teacher didn't even comment on a missing student. What if he is a delinquent and they just wrote him off? Maybe he was missing class or something, right? But no one commented on his absence. That's sad to think about. What if he did the deed somewhere where no one was around? Somewhere where he know Kamiji wouldn't be. And nobody would care. And so this is like during, what, recess or PE? That he goes to the roof and he does all this. Where he searches the locker, searches his bag. Yeah, look, even his bag was here and nobody noticed. Nobody was like, where's Muro? His bag's here, so he must be at school. Where is he? No one found that strange. The more I like read into this and look into it, the sadder it gets. He's a bit lighter than I thought. Kinda bony, actually. Has he not been eating? That's odd. It's empty. There's nothing in his locker. I don't know, man. Oh, this chapter. So I've said enough. Yeah. Of all animals, of course it had to be you. Is he gonna eat him again? I think he you know what? I truly think that he wanted to be found. And he knew, like, deep down, he would have been the one to do it. That's my interpretation of it. Wait, what? He gave him a hug. He's just hugging him. When did you wake up? When you said there's nothing here. What the hell, Kamiji? That's what woke him up? Since then, huh? I'm just glad you're okay. What? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Eventually, someone will find the real you. This is a beautiful chapter. Like, of all people, look at this. Like, notice how he's showing anger here, right? And when he goes in to hug him, he doesn't even try to fight back. He doesn't even try to resist. He's not saying, get the hell off me. He's not bullying him. He submits. And I feel like through that absence, they understand each other a lot better. Well, Kamiji understands him a little bit better. But the thing about that is we still don't know. We don't know anything about him. And that's... well... we don't know. And that's okay. Because sometimes you just don't know. That's the point of it, I believe. Sometimes you just don't know. You don't know what someone else is going through. You really don't. Like, even if they tell you, sometimes things at face value just aren't enough. You just don't know. But I think that just makes it a lot more powerful. Not knowing. We don't get to know. But their relationship is far more personal now. Kamiji knows, and I guess that's all that matters. But I truly believe that he wanted to be found by Kamiji, and he is found, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this chapter, and if you got something out of this, maybe I missed something. Maybe, I know I was a little all over the place with my theories and, I don't know, my logic. Hopefully it wasn't too circular, because there's just, I don't know, man, there's just so many routes it could take, but we're operating off incomplete information, and that's okay. We don't have to know the whole story. All that matters right now, all that matters though, for the conclusion of this chapter, is that he's still alive. He still has a second chance. That's what's important here. And he's not as alone as he thought. And that's beautiful. And that's what makes, Beastars, Beast Complex beautiful. So let me know what you thought about this chapter. It was something. I'll see you during the next one. Take care of yourself. And if you ever feel a certain type of way, and if you ever feel that you need help, reach out to someone. You never know who's in your corner. So you're bound to find someone that cares and someone who will listen. So yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was insightful in a way. Yeah. So catch you later.